Hey guys.
You gotta wave every time and say, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys. It's kind of feminine there.
Oh, shut up.
Hey guys.
Just shut up.
Well, it kind of was, dude.
Just shut up.
Well, first we'd like to, what we haven't done, or I haven't done every episode, is to thank the people for watching. I've gotten comments that I've replied to, and great insight, great info. So I want to thank you guys for people for commenting and touching base with us. So I appreciate that. Also, we want to thank our sponsors, which is absolutely
nothing.
No, it's not nothing. It's nobody.
Oh, it's nobody. That's
absolutely
right. Yeah,
nobody.
Nobody. Sorry.
We're doing this for the whole year, and he still doesn't know. Absolutely nobody. Well, we want to let's get started with the game. We got.
Oh, it was a great game, man. We won.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, I was wrong though, man. I had 2010 Niners.
Sorry, now Mama was wrong again.
Mama was wrong again.
Niners 27, Cowboys 13. He had them 2010. We were both wrong.
Both wrong on that.
Whatever. But what did you think about the? Let's start out the game overall. What did you think about defensive side of the ball?
Defensive side of the ball, I thought they had a good scheme. They played hard. They had a good pass rush going against Mullen, and Mullen was kind of being just he was running a lot for his life, and a lot had to do with that because Lawrence has really actually been picking up his play lately. If you've noticed lately, have you been noticing it a little bit? Lawrence, yeah, but what is he at, like 5.5 sacks? It's terrible, man. Yeah, but he has a lot of QB pressure.
I know he does have a lot of QB pressures. I get that, he does. So I say the first half defense did well. We had the turnovers, which was good. But you look at the overall, they scored 33 points on us.
Yeah,
that's still terrible.
Still 33.
So you can say, oh yeah, we played a good game, but actually, did we play a good game on both sides? No, we didn't.
Yeah.
Defense still sucks balls.
Of course, yeah.
And And
that's why Greg Nolan is going to be fired.
Well, first of all, it's Mike Nolan.
Mike Nolan, sorry.
So yeah, Mike Nolan will get fired.
Mike Nolan was going to be fired.
Mike Nolan should get fired. So that it doesn't matter if we won or not. He's still going to get fired. He should get fired. If he's not fired, people, be prepared for the same shit next year as it was this year.
Yep. So
he's got to go. We'll see what happens there. What about the offensive side of the ball?
Oh man, I thought Dalton's looking. It seems like he's getting really comfortable each week, man. He's finding these receivers really good. I mean, you gotta admit he's been playing really well lately. I think he is. I mean, obviously they're scoring points.
He's been playing good. Now I'm not saying great, but he's been playing good. He had one perfect pass to CeeDee Lamb off his back foot, like fading away. Mm-hmm. And when CD caught that ball for like 40 yards, whatever it was, that was a great pass. I mean, he right on the money. So I give Dalton credit. He's our backup. He could be a starter at other teams, but I give him props. He's doing well. He has a horrible line, and running game's not going very well. So I do give him props. And after that concussion he had against the Redskins,
yeah.
And I'm gonna call them the Redskins. I'm not calling the football team.
Yeah.
That concussion he had against the Redskins. You think he'd be a little gun shy not to run the ball, but he's still, when it's open, he's still running the ball, and he's taking hits and he's sliding. So I give Dalton props.
Yeah, he's doing real well.
And did you see his wife, dude?
Yeah, dude, she's hot.
She's pretty damn hot.
She is, dude.
Yeah. So then we got let's go to the receivers. We got Amari Cooper, AMC. We got Amari Cooper, which
That's a slow game.
That's a slow game, but the CD and then Michael Gallup. So CD, Amari Cooper's nearing 1,000 yards. CD's nearing 1,000 yards. So we think they're going to get 1,000.
48 more yards.
For Amari Cooper. CD Lamb has like 100 something to go.
He has 827 right now.
So he has 100 something to go, and then Gallup is 600 something. So he's not going to get 1,000. So what we hoped and what we thought was going to happen is 3 1,000-yard receivers is not going to happen.
Yeah.
But when you have 2, that's not bad at all. But I firmly believe that if Dak was there all year, all 3 of them would have got 1,000 yards.
So do I. I believe that too.
No doubt in my mind, they all would have reached that milestone.
Good question, because I always want to hear your input on this.
Yeah.
Do you really think? Because I've been talking to a few guys, and you already know who they are. Do you think they think we should get rid of Gallup and just keep Cooper and CD next year's team?
Let me guess.
What do you think?
Let me guess.
Who?
Ernie and Tyler?
Of course.
Why aren't they here? Why don't they just join the show, dude? Why don't we make it the Dallas Cowboys tape with Ryu, Oi, Ernie, and Tyler? I don't know.
Yeah, we should. We talk about them every time, right?
Since they have an opinion every time, they have these crazy freaking ideas.
Yeah.
Trading Gallup?
Yeah, because they just...
Okay, what's their proposal?
Because they're saying that you have to pay Gallup too much money when his contract is up, and we think like we should get other needs besides receiver. I mean, we have 2 solid ones. They think that's good enough.
So what do they think we're going to get for Gallup?
Well, no, it doesn't even matter. We get a draft pick or we just let him go because we can't. If he asks us for a lot of money, we're not going to be able to pay him.
It'd be stupid to let him go.
Because we still got to pay CeeDee Lamb.
Okay, but that's not 4 years from now. It'd be stupid to let him go because, for instance, if you pay him now, re-up his contract to a 4-year deal, his contract will be up when CeeDee's contract is up. Mm-hmm. So then that's when you get rid of him and you just pay CeeDee. All right, so do it, re-up it now because you're getting CeeDee Lamb on the cheap right now. So by the time his deal's up, then Gallup's deal will be up. But you don't want to let him go for nothing. If you're going to trade him, then trade him and get something for him. But you just don't want to let him go into free agency and don't get anything for him. But I personally don't want to get rid of Gallup because if somebody gets hurt, you still have
their argument is, what have we done with having these 3 guys here? I mean, they haven't really.
Are they serious?
They're serious. They said last year 8-8, and you had 3 solid good ones. I mean, that's when we had Cobb on it. We had 3.
It's not Cobb.
I know, but
so
having all 3 of them, he just thinks they can get away with it for just having CD and Cooper there, and you're still solid.
I'm going to tell you. I'm probably going to mention this at least 5 times in this episode.
Okay.
People and Ernie and Tyler they're prisoners of the moment. They see what happens now. They see what happens this year, but they don't take into everything in its totality.
Exactly.
Offensive line sucks. Injuries, retirement. 4 different quarterbacks this year. Okay. Now Gallup, they all would have been better off with Dak the whole time, including the running game. So when you're saying what have they done this year, yeah, I agree with you. What have they done? But what have they had to work with?
Exactly.
They got a crappy OC coach. We know we don't like him. They had a crappy line, and they don't have their starting quarterback. I mean,
yeah, when you have
ridiculous.
4 guys from your starting 5 out for the whole year, and you just expect it to be all great and dandy.
That's what you call prisoners of the moment. So here's the thing: when you don't have your quarterback and you're using the second, third string, and fourth string quarterbacks, you would expect, and this goes into Kellen Moore. You would expect, okay, so our quarterback play is horrible this year. You would expect that you would then run the ball more. You would then give the ball to Zeke 25 times, Pollard, 10 times, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
And our OC didn't do that. He continued to try to throw the ball, and this is why we're at where we're at. If you go back to 2016 when we had a rookie QB, Dak Prescott, they weren't sure how he was going to end up. They were afraid of letting him air it out.
Yeah.
So what happened in 2016? We went 13-3 because what did we do? We pounded the ball. We used our line, and we ran the game. You give Zeke the ball 25 times, you're gonna get the D line tired. You're gonna keep pounding. People are gonna get into the groove. So you can't blame Gallup for his productivity when you have 4 different quarterbacks and a shitty OC. You just can't. Now we'll see what happens next year. You have to give him another year. Including Zeke, we'll get into that in a second. Yeah. But you got to give all 3 of those guys another year to have their starting QB for the entire year and a better defense coordinator and a better offense coordinator. And then we'll see if Gallup doesn't do much next year. Then okay, we can sign him or trade him, whatever the case is. But you don't want to get rid of him, and you can't be a prisoner of the moment. You can't say what have they done this year. Are you kidding? If our team was no injuries, no retirements, nothing like that, and he did a crappy, then I would say okay, you have a case.
Yeah.
But you don't have a case.
No case, Tyler.
It's crap. That's what you call Bush League. Prisoners of the moment.
Prisoners of the moment.
Cut it out, man.
Cut it out.
And that leads us into the running game. Our running game.
Okay.
This is a big debate. I'm not just talking about people amongst us. I'm talking about ESPN, Fox, and all this stuff. It's like Pollard. Oh, Pollard did good. Okay. Is it Zeke or Pollard? Get serious, guys. Come on. Pollard had, 69 yards rushing?
Yeah.
Before that 40-yard run at the end, or towards the end.
Exactly.
Pretty much garbage time. He was averaging 2 yards a carry.
Exactly.
2 yards a carry.
2.
Zeke's averaging 3.9. I know it's not much more, but it's about 2 yards more. All right. So people want to make this case that Pollard should be starting. Pollard cannot. He cannot sustain a 16 games next year. It's 17 games.
Dude, 17
games next year. Pollard can't do that. He's a great backup. So when people say Zeke should be out and Pollard should be in, no, it's crazy.
So I love him as a backup.
So do I.
I love him. He's a great 1-2 punch with Zeke. He should stay in his role. That's it. He cannot be the guy and say, oh, we'll save a lot of money. Well, he'll be the number one guy, and he can run it 20, 25 times a game. He can't do it for 16. Maybe he can do it for a couple, but not 16 in a row or 17 in a row next year.
You can't do that.
Come on, guys. You can't give up on Zeke yet. I know you want to say that, oh, he's not a top 5 running back. Well, the reason why he's not a top 5 running back, when you got 4 people from the offensive line, they're just out. And you have to fill all these holes in. Of course, he's not going to be a top 5.
It's the same thing with what we were just talking about Gallup. You're a prisoner of the moment. You're saying Zeke's not doing shit. Yeah, I agree with you. The fumbles is all him. Yeah, I get that.
The fumbles are his fault.
That's his fault. He can correct that. But other things, averaging 3.9 and not averaging more. Look, you can't put that. You got to give him one more year with
at least one more year
with a healthy line and a healthy QB1.
Exactly.
If he does the same thing next year, then I agree with you.
Exactly.
But you can't, like I said, and this is like the 10th time I already said it, you cannot be a prisoner of the moment and be like, what have you done for me lately? No, it's not like that with this year. It's not like that with all the injuries we had. And not to mention, like, when you have Dalton Schultz has been doing all right this year as a tight end. But Blake Jarwin is better, and he's a better blocker. So that's another tight end that you have, that a number 1 tight end that we had that's a better blocker than Schultz. So that he's an offensive lineman as well. When he lines on line, he's blocking.
Do you believe we need another tight end?
No, I don't think we need another tight end.
No, I think we're good. I mean, with Schultz and Jarwin back next year, we're going to be a nice 2 tight end set.
Yeah.
Team, man.
Jarwin gets back to the way he was. He was rolling, man. He was doing his thing. So we'll see what Jarwin gets back next year. But people, shut the mouth.
Shut that mouth.
When you want to get rid of Zeke. You're an idiot. Do you not understand? If you get rid of Zeke, if you trade him, you're still taking that cap hit.
Still taking a cap hit.
Do you guys not understand that? And do you know next year the salary cap's going to go down because of COVID?
Exactly.
So when you're throwing these asinine, stupid-ass ideas out there, first look into the money situation, the dollars. Look into the cap. Yep. And then you won't be saying this shit. And then I get it. People want to, we can get Najee Harris from Roll Tide from Alabama. Crap. I get that. He's good. But running backs, you can get in the later rounds. Running backs, they come around every year. We can get one next year. We don't need one this year. We have defensive holes that we need to fill. So
that's the most important. I think what's important is what they were saying: offensive tackle for sure, and that left tackle from Alabama. I think if we have our first round draft pick, he should be the replacement. Not replacement, but the understudy of Smith. Learn under him for at least a couple years.
He should, however.
But
like Stephen A. Smith says, Cowboys will always let you down, right? Mm-hmm. So when we're in the number 4 spot in the draft, we want the number 4 spot. What do? We end up beating the Niners, so we jump from the 4th spot to the 8th spot. People might say, well, we need to win, and it's a rival. I get it. We want to beat the Niners. I hate the Niners. I want to beat them. I understand that. Bragging rights, all that's good. But you just missed 4. And if you win again, you're going to go down. You're going to go down, slide even farther. So, like Stephen A., they actually let, not everybody, but a lot of the fan base down and got disappointed. They actually won. It's tough because you hate the Niners and you want to win. I completely understand that.
I hate the Niners.
But we actually, like I said in the last video, a win is actually a loss and a loss is actually a win. Yeah. And so we won, but we actually lost. And now if we win this week against Philly, which I don't think we will, but we'll see about that. We'll get into that a little later. Then
I think we will.
Our draft is going to get even. We're going to go even higher in the draft. We're gonna go in the. We might be in the teens, okay? Because
then we'll probably go to 10 or 12. When I get a shot at that guy from Alabama, then huh?
We're losing out on the people you want. We're losing out on the guy from Alabama. We're losing out on the guy from Oregon that didn't play, that opted out this year. That he's probably gonna be gone anyways. Number 2, number 3 pick. That might have been us because we could have had number 3, but we beat the Bengals and then we beat, the Niners. So we're out of that.
And they want to get rid of They want to get rid of Jalen Smith. Now, what is that? I don't get it. Why? I talked to these guys, and these guys are unreal.
Oh, it's the same guy?
Yeah. It's Jalen Smith. Why?
I'll tell you why.
I mean, you might as well just get rid of Lawrence's contract before you get rid of him.
Let me tell you why. Because they're freaking prisoners of the moment. That's why. They don't take into everything. Mike Nolan sucks. A new defense coordinator. Remember, guys, when he had Marinelli and Chris Richard, when Van Der Esch and Jalen Smith had them two there, those defense coordinators there, they did pretty good. Now you bring in a defense coordinator like Mike Nolan, which people like, who do we get? We had Carr. He left. He didn't want to be there anymore. No. There's a problem. They had these veteran players that we did get rid of, the free agents. Poe, they had a problem with Mike Nolan and his defense, and they weren't doing what they were supposed to do, like filling gaps and all that stuff, because his defensive calling sucks, and this is why they're gone. Jerry decided to get rid of them. Maybe that was probably a good thing to get rid of them because they were a little old anyways. But when you had Marinelli there, they balled out. Now you have Mike Nolan here, and you have an offense. When we had our backups in there, that couldn't produce points. People gotta understand this. When I say prisoner moment, I really mean it. And you gotta watch games. You gotta think of everything. So when you don't have an offensive line, and you can't score when you're going 3 and out, guess what happens? You give the opposing offense a short field. When you're throwing an interception, you give the opposing offense a short field. Yep. When you get the opening kickoff and you have the ball at 25 and you go 3 and out, you all of a sudden give the other team the ball, on their 40-yard. You give them a short field. And this was what happened with the Cowboys all year. Our offense can do shit. We're going backwards. We punt the ball. We give the opposing offense a short field, which means our defense is in a shithole, and our defense coordinator makes it even worse. Yep. So when you're talking about Jalen Smith not doing his, well, dude, what do you have?
There's so much he can do, man.
Him and Van Der Esch, there's only so much they can do when they're working a 3-4 when they should be in a 4-3.
Exactly.
Lawrence as well. Lawrence should be a hand on the ground guy, a 4-3, not a 3-4. Do I think Lawrence should be producing more? Hell yeah, he has 5.5 sacks.
Yeah, and then like I said, crap. All right, and for the money he's making, he should be getting at least 12 to 16 sacks a year for what he's making.
So exactly, and he's not. He should be getting at least 12 sacks a year. He's not. Do I say we get rid of him? I wouldn't have a problem taking rid of Lawrence. I really wouldn't have a problem taking rid of Lawrence. They got rid of him, okay. I get that. But Jalen Smith and Van Der Esch, no, I don't think so. You got to keep those two.
Those are the future. That's the thing.
You guys, people got to understand. In free agency and the draft, what makes a successful offseason is when you're able to keep your own guys.
Exactly. When
you're able to keep the majority of your own guys, that's what makes a successful offseason draft, free agency, all that stuff. When you start to lose a lot of people, this is what messes everything up, and then you don't have that cohesiveness, you don't have that togetherness, and then you bring in new people. So when you want to get rid of Jalen, you want to get rid of Lawrence, you want to get rid of Zeke, then you have a bunch of new people in here, and they haven't played together. And this is what happens. For instance, what happens when the losing team in the Super Bowl the next year? What happens? What's the trend for when the losing team goes to Super Bowl the year before and they lost? The next year, what happens? A lot of people leave in free agency, right?
They get their money.
They get their money, right? And then all of a sudden you bring new people, and guess what happens? The next year, they don't even make the playoffs. It's a big trend. The Niners aren't even making the playoffs. Yeah. You look it up. It's a big trend. It's called the Super Bowl hangover. People start to leave because they want the money, and you don't have that group together anymore, and it has to do with coaches. Coaches get new jobs and whatnot. To have a successful offseason is to keep your core people together, your ballers. Yep. And that's what makes a team better every single year.
Look, I get what they're saying. They want to get rid of them. I get it. They want to get younger. They want to get draft picks. I get that, guys. But the thing is, we're not ready to do that yet. I could see if Jalen and Van Der Esch were a little older, like in their 6th or 7th year right now. But they're in their like 2nd and 3rd years right now, man. I mean, you're still young. I mean, give it at least another couple more years before you talk about that.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to give it some time.
Some time, man.
And you can't be now. Look what's happening now. Yeah, I get it. Look, we're all disappointed. We're all disappointed this season. Yeah. It's tough, but you got a lot of injuries. You got a lot of bad coaching. We get it. So when you have decent coaching, look what happens. We're actually 8-8. We're a mediocre team right now. We suck.
Yeah.
It's just terrible. So enough of that because that's just freaking Bush League. That's the stupidest shit. Oh, let's get rid of Zeke. Oh, let's get rid of Jalen. Oh, let's get rid of
Zeke.
I already said Zeke. Let's get rid of Gallup.
Gallup.
And I'm not talking about our two boys that we're talking. Our two guys. I'm talking about everybody. I hear everybody on the radio or on ESPN talking about this stuff.
Too.
It's crazy. It's ridiculous. People don't. A lot of people are against it, but there's some that you started to get the rumors that Zeke might go to the Jets. Who said that? All it takes is one person to say, Zeke should go to the Jets.
But
it's just a rumor.
But here's their point. They think we can get a second rounder for Zeke. That's the thing. They think if we wait another year for it, then we won't get like maybe a 4, maybe in a 3 or whatever at the most. Because if you do it now, then they think, okay, we'll get more back.
Okay, then now what?
At least you get a second.
And then what? Then what do you do? Now you only have Pollard and who else?
Yeah, Pollard. And
you want to draft another running back?
They want to draft another running back.
Who's saying that? Who says that running back's going to be any good? Who said? How do you know that running back's going to be any good? You don't. Yeah. You know what you got in Zeke. You know what he can do. You've seen what he can do. He's led the league in rushing 2-3 years.
His thing
know what he can do.
His thing is he doesn't break tackles no more.
He breaks.
That's his thing.
He breaks tackles. The thing he doesn't do that you don't see is he doesn't get those 50, 60-yard touchdown runs. Exactly. I understand that. I get that.
We get that.
He's breaking tackles. Watch the film, guys. Watch the damn film. He breaks tackles. It's not like, he gets hit once and he's down. It's not like that. If you watch the film, you guys you'll see one game. You'll remember that one time that he got tackled with the shoestring tackle, and that gets embedded in your brain. He cannot break tackles anymore. But if you watch the film, sit down. Whoever's talking about this, sit down and watch film, and you'll see the guy breaks tackles. You'll see the guy does not have holes or lanes to go through.
Yeah.
You'll see all that stuff. He still has a lot left in the tank, and he should be here next year. I hope he's here next year.
Look, I keep telling them, look, dude, he's going to surprise everybody next year. He's going to be a man on a mission. Trust me, bro. He's going to get his body right, and dude, he's going to get all the naysayers fucking...
No, he will. He definitely will. Enough of that. Let's put that to bed.
Yeah, let's put that to bed.
Let's see if... Hopefully he plays this week. Let's see how Zeke does against the Eagles. Speaking of the Eagles, we'll get into the Eagles. Let's get into the Eagles and Jalen Hurts. And okay, you and I talked about Jalen Hurts is doing good right now. I get it.
Yeah.
I understand he's a spark for the Eagles. Is the Eagles' future? Probably. Okay, but let's go into first of all. Let's go into the Dak and Carson Wentz and like Goff, right? Jera and Steven said we're not going to pay Dak yet because we want to whatever the case was. The Eagles, what they do, they paid Carson Wentz way too early. Look what they're having to deal with now.
Yeah.
They're having to deal with trading him. Whatever they're going to do, they're going to take a cap hit. If they don't release him or trade him, what's going to happen? He's going to ride the pine. You're going to have a $50 million quarterback riding the pine. Yeah. And then Jared Goff, there's talk about is he the one? Well, you signed him to that big contract, so people say, "Oh, Jared, you're an idiot. You didn't sign Dak." Well, he doesn't look that bad after all.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't look that bad after all because look what's happened to these quarterbacks that got paid a little too early. Now I get it. Dak's probably going to want 40 for whatever million, but 5 years from now, that 40 million is going to be nothing compared to what Lamar Jackson's going to want. What Jalen Hurts is going to want 5 years. All these what's his name from Buffalo? What he's going to want?
Allen.
It's going to be nothing compared to what they're going to want.
Yeah.
So if you just go back to Jalen Hurts, is he doing good? Yes. Is he a spark for the team? Yes. But people, you want to crown him already? You want to crown the guy already?
Crown him?
This guy has played 8 freaking quarters, and no other team has tape on him
except one game.
No. 8 quarters, but nobody has tape on him on how to you can't go off of one game of tape because the offenses change every week. I mean, different plays get input and all that stuff, implemented all that stuff. You're 8 quarters on this guy, and you want to crown. People want to crown him, say, "Oh, he's the future." He looks good. I give it to you.
Yeah, he does.
His arm is okay. Carson Wentz has a much better arm than he does.
Way better.
Way better. But Jalen can run. But guess what's going to happen, people? As soon as teams start to figure out that offense and have tape on him, he's not going to be able to do all that shit like he's doing right now. So I personally say, go ahead, make him the future. I'm okay with that because I don't think he's going to be great. I think he'll be a Pro Bowler. What?
He will.
He'll be a Pro Bowler here or there.
Probably.
But he's not going to be a superstar, not in my opinion. Not at all. he's doing well right now. We'll see how he does against us Sunday. I personally think that they're going to beat us because they have that spark in Jalen Hurts. They're just they played well the last 2 games.
Van Der Esch, high ankle sprain.
Yeah, he's not going to play.
He's not going to play.
I personally think they're going to beat us. He's going to run around. To me, he seems like a one and done guy. Well, what I mean by that is a one and done guy, which is kind of like a Colin Kaepernick, even like a Lamar Jackson. Your first instinct is to run. So your primary is not open, you tuck it and you run.
Yeah,
Kaepernick, that's why he's not in the league anymore. There's other reasons why he's not in the league anymore.
Has Jalen been doing that?
Jalen's the same thing. He's the one. His first instinct, like Dak's first instinct, is to pass. He wants to throw, so he'll scramble to throw. Aaron Rodgers, he scrambles to throw. Yeah. Right? Drew Brees scrambles to throw. These quarterbacks that could actually run, like Allen and Buffalo, he scrambles to throw. Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, they scramble and they're gone. They're one and done. They look for their primary. Prior's not open. They take off. So unless he improves that, he's not going to be great. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens going forward. But I personally think we're going to lose. Honestly, and I said this last week, I hope I hate the Eagles and I hate the Niners. So it's bittersweet when we beat the Niners, right? Because we have friends that are Niner fans. We definitely have friends that are Eagle fans. So if we beat the Eagles, you're happy about it. But if we lose, then you're not happy about it because we just lost some more draft picks.
So since we're out of the top 5, to me, I hate losing to Philly. I just want to beat them.
Yeah, I know, but
you know what I mean.
Here's the thing. Here's what'll make it better.
What's gonna make it better?
Someone keeps freaking texting me. Unbelievable. Here's what's gonna make it better. Now the Redskins play 10 o'clock. We play at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
So if the Redskins beat Carolina,
yep,
then we know we're not going to win the division. We're out of the playoffs. Yeah. So if the Redskins beat Carolina, then I do not mind losing at all because it doesn't mean shit. All right. Now, if Carolina happens to beat the Redskins, then I'm like, okay, well, if we win, we're right there because now, guess what happens?
We got to go into New York.
We got to go to New York and beat them. And Washington plays. They play a tough team the last game of the season too. I can't remember what it is.
Baltimore this week.
No.
Giants got Baltimore.
No, I'm talking about the Redskins. So.
Redskins got Carolina.
I know that. I just said that. I'm talking about the last game of the season.
Last game of the season.
I don't know who they got. I can't remember. But
they got somebody tough, though.
Yeah, they got somebody tough.
Right.
So if the Redskins lose, I don't mind losing to the Eagles. You can have it. Go for it. Then we'll have the exact same. Well, actually, you guys will have a better record than this because you guys have 1 tie and we have 1 more loss than you guys. So you guys will move up, move higher in the draft. We'll move down a little bit lower. So I'm okay with now. If the Redskins lose, it's a little different story. So.
Yeah. Good point.
So yeah, so I'm guessing we're gonna lose. I'm guessing 7. We'll score 17. I'll give them 20. I say it's gonna be 31-20. Reds. Eagles. 31-20 Eagles.
I picked wrong last week, so I'm just gonna pick. Fuck it. I'm just gonna say Dallas wins this one and tie one 24-21.
Well, that's when you know we're gonna lose, people, because when he actually takes the Cowboys. We actually lose.
Yep. Well, I was wrong last week, so I picked them to lose, and they won. So
that's what I'm saying.
Hopefully they do.
Opposite of what he says happens.
Hopefully they win.
So he's saying Cowboys are going to win, so we're actually going to lose. 24-21, we're going to win, huh?
Yep. Tight one.
Legatron, at the end of the game, is going to hit that field goal?
No, we're just going to win outright. 24-21.
All right. Well, we'll see about that.
Hold the lead down.
You want a breakfast burrito on that one?
No.
No?
Oh, really enough.
Not too confident on that, are you?
Not really.
Yeah, well. All right, well, we'll see what happens. We'll come back. We'll see how Zeke does. We'll see how Gallup does. We'll see how the offense does. We know what the defense is going to do. They're going to suck balls like they do every week. But we'll see if we get the W. We'll be right back here. We'll talk about it. And then maybe we'll prove some of you guys wrong with Zeke. Maybe he'll go for 100 yards. And if he does, I'm going to sit here and lock in that camera. And I'm going to go straight to 2 people that I know. And I'm going to say, look, guys, put it in your mouth.
Exactly.
Put it in your mouth, all right?
Exactly.
Hopefully Zeke goes off. Anything else?
Yeah. On a sad note, I just want to say for all you that know football, and you should know this guy, we had a guy by the name of Kevin Green that passed away yesterday at 58. So rest in peace, Kevin Green.
It's the Cowboys show, dude.
I know, man, but it's always good to,
at least say. I'm going to cut that out. It's a Cowboys show, dude.
All right.
Kevin Green didn't play for the Cowboys.
All right. Well,
it's a Cowboys show.
Hey, man.
By the way, we had 0 Pro Bowlers this year. We forgot to talk about that. 0 Pro Bowlers this year. And I'm okay with that. I mean, we sucked this year. Totally horrible this year. So
Yep.
we'll see what happens. It's the wife calling me.
You could have made a case for C to go, but Jefferson just had a tad bit better stats than him, so I thought CD was definitely going to make it.
He did, and so did Jefferson, and so did freaking...
And even Cooper. I thought surprised Cooper didn't go either.
The rookies, Jefferson and Deadpool over in Pittsburgh.
Oh, Deadpool, yeah.
He has the most touchdowns for the rookie, so... Anyways, that's it for our show.
That's it, folks.
Always with the folks.
Yep, and winning isn't the only thing, it's everything.
Winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. You got it all completely wrong.